Yo, 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 what's up, my people? Welcome to Psychological Sundays. I'm your host, Dr. Scottage, and we're gonna get down to business. Woo! So yeah, there's a quote at the top, and it says, "Your brain is designed to keep you safe, so it's always trying to move away from pain and towards pleasure." And so, yeah, basically, this is how the brain works. So even if you have a plan, sometimes it's hard to implement your plan because when you put yourself into certain situations, your brain is telling you, get out, get out, get out. And you need to stay in. But the brain's just trying to keep you safe. And some people think in life their brain keeps screwing them over, but really it's just trying to save you. But half the time, there's nothing to really be afraid of. So yeah, today I'm just going to talk about a few different situations we run into and the action that happens, the conscious reason, and the subconscious reason. So yeah, the first one here is the action that will happen. So each of us have run into these before. The first one is I'm letting my losses run. So you have a trade, you're letting your loss run, and you'll have a conscious reason for doing this and a subconscious reason. So the conscious reason will be I'm hoping it turns around. So of course you're in a trade, you're going towards your stop loss, you're convinced that the trade's going to go up and hit your take profit, so you start moving your stop loss down and you keep letting the trade run because you are saying consciously, I hope it turns around, but subconsciously you're trying to avoid the pain of taking that loss, so you move your stop loss down so you don't have to take the loss, and then you move your stop loss down so you don't have to take the loss, then you move your stop loss down so you don't have to take the loss, and eventually it just gets so out of hand. And obviously this is something we've all faced as traders, especially in the beginning, because when your entries are so, it's easy to think, oh, if I just move my stop loss down a bit, I can stay in this trade that could turn around. And most of the time it won't. It just keeps going, and eventually you have a huge loss to deal with. So that's number one. So now here's the second one, a second version of I'm letting my loss run. And so the conscious reason can be something like my indicators telling me something like I'm letting the loss run because there's a Fibonacci level below where I am. So I'm going to open the stop up a bit. There's an EMA down below. There's a VWAP there. There's another level close. So instead of taking this loss, I'm just going to make the stop loss bigger down to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level, and you end up with this huge loss. So consciously, you're justifying it in your brain because your indicator or your level is telling you, oh no, you can open your stop, but really, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be following your plan. And the subconscious reason you're doing this is, again, to avoid the pain of taking a loss. So this is to avoid the pain of taking the loss. So what we notice a lot of times is if you keep those stop losses tight and you take that loss, you can always re-enter at the next level down. You don't have to just keep moving the stop loss wider and wider. Some people like to add on and some people like to do stuff like that. But in the beginning especially, you should just be taking those reasonable planned losses and reevaluating and re-entering at the next level or at the next confirmation. So the third example here, the action that happens is I'm taking profits. So the conscious reason you're taking profits is you say to yourself, I can't go broke taking profits. So say, for example, your trade plan is when I enter this trade, I'm going to take profits at 125. And now the trade's running in profit and you're at 1-2 and you say, I'm going to close here. Well, that wasn't your plan. Your plan was to close at 1-5. But now you've convinced yourself to take profits because you say, I need to start stacking these wins. I need to start making money. I can't go broke taking profits. I'm just getting out here. You're not following your plan, but you're consciously justifying it. And so the subconscious reason for this is you're trying to avoid the pain that would come from losing your profits and giving them back to the market. So you can see already our first three examples, the actions that you're taking, you're not actually trading the chart or the market, you're purely trading your emotions. You're purely making your decisions based on how you're feeling in the moment, and your emotions are going to lead you into some trouble a lot. Your emotions are really going to lie to you because, like I said, your brain's trying to protect you from pain and move towards pleasure. So Since you don't want to take a loss, your brain is trying to get you to avoid that and by any means possible. So here's a bit of a different example. Number 4 is I'm winning, so I'm reducing my position size. So you say something to yourself like, I just want to take it easy now. Say you have like a winning trade so far today, or 2 trades today, or you had a few losses earlier in the week and now you have a win. So you say, I'm going to reduce my position size because I just want to take it easy now. But you can see when you reduce your position size, you're just trying to avoid the pain of losing profits. You don't want to give those profits back to the market. So again, you're just trying to avoid the pain. Now here's a different example, number 5. Um, so my trade is in profit now, and I'm extending my TP. So say your original plan was to take a 1 to 10, and now you're adjusting your TP. Once it's about to hit your TP, you're not closing the trade at your initial target or your initial plan. You're letting it run. So the subconscious reason is you say, I want this trade to give me even more profits than I planned to take. So now that's running in profit, I'm not closing it out. I'm gonna move my stop loss way up because I believe it's gonna go to the next level. So here you're trying to avoid the pain that would come from missing out on more profits. And now your greed brain has taken over and you're actually trading your emotions again. So we had a good example of this on Friday. We entered the last trade we entered in the NQ Legacy group. My plan was to exit the trade at 1 to 10, take profit. And as soon as it hit 1 to 10, I exited with profits. And there was probably some people in that trade that believed it was going to go even further down, so they didn't close, only to watch the trade turn around and basically go right back to their break even or right back to their stop loss. So the main thing that you want to do is make a plan and stick to that plan regardless of what your emotions tell you when you're enacting that plan, because your emotions are basically always going to tell you something different. Number 6 here. I am losing, so I'm increasing my position size. So this has happened to a lot of us too, especially in the beginning. You have a few losing trades and you decide to increase your position size to make up for those losses. This happens especially with signals. When you take signals from people, you really believe in their trades. So when they have a few losses, you'll want to increase your position size to make up for those losses. But the truth of the matter is, no matter what trade we're in, no matter what strategy you're using, you never know whether the next trade is going to be a win or a loss. So you can't just randomly increase your position size. You just don't know. The truth is, nobody ever knows if the next trade's going to be a win or a loser. Even with a strategy that has an 80% win rate, you don't know if the next trade's going to be a win or a loss. So you have to trade according to your plan and not trade based on whether you think the next one's going to win or lose. So this example, I'm losing, so I'm increasing my position size. And your conscious reason for justifying this is I'm trying to get back to where I was at previously. And you can hear a lot of people say this in groups and in chats. When they're doing stuff, they just say, oh, I just want to get back to break even. Oh, I just want to get my account back to where it was at the start of the day. Oh, I just want to get my account back to where it was last week. Oh, I just want to get my account back to 50K. But that's not that's not trading. That's just being emotional and living from a poor mindset. You have to make your plan and stick to it regardless of where your account's at. So for this one, our conscious reason is I'm trying to get back to where I was previously. But the subconscious reason is you're trying to get rid of pain. So this one, you're not trying to avoid pain. You've already had the pain from the losses. So you're trying to get rid of that pain you previously experienced. And your brain's telling you, if I increase my position size, I can get rid of all of that pain I experienced with those last 5 losses. But usually what happens is the next trade is a loss as well, and it's a big ass loss, and you're extra kicking your ass, and you're thinking, why did I do that again? Blah, blah, blah. And you get in this cycle. So the main thing with trading is just to make a plan and stick to it to avoid the emotional cycles that you get in. Number 7 here is I'm trading without a real reason. This happens to us a lot too, especially in Asian session and stuff like that. So the conscious reason for trading without a reason is I'm bored, or I'm on the chart, say an Asian session or a session you don't trade, and you see something is happening on the chart and you have a fear of missing the move. So you're all of a sudden wanting to jump in, but you're not following your plan, you're not following your time frame, you're not following your strategy, you're just bored, or you see a move start and you have a fear of missing out. So the subconscious reason for this is you're trying to avoid the pain of being bored, trying to avoid the pain of having to wait for Monday New York session or whatever it is, or you're trying to avoid the pain you'll feel when you miss a big move. And your brain's telling you every time you see certain things happen, like engulfing candles, they're made to trigger your emotions. So a lot of times when this is happening, your brain is telling you, you're going to miss out, you're going to miss out, you're going to miss out. But a lot of times at that point, it's a late entry and you should be really waiting for a pullback anyway. But yeah, I just basically try to stick to certain trading hours. Even when I'm trading like New York session, it's basically the first 3 hours of the session. And I find if I just stick to the certain times and I stick to the plan that I have written down, regardless of my emotions, everything works out the best. My winning days are literally not whether I make money or lose money. My winning days are if I stick to the plan. If I stick to the plan, that's a green day for me because I know if I have the right plan and I stick to it, the money will follow. And I hate doing what I used to do in the beginning, which was making a plan, then not following it. It all goes shit sideways. And then I'm fucking choked because I'm losing money. And I had the right plan. And if I implemented the plan, I would have made money that day. But I lost money because I was just fooling around. So for me, like I said, the winning day now is just following the plan that I've stuck to. And I think for a lot of people, if they start to see that as a green day or as a winning day, hey, I followed the plan today. For some people, that's a big deal. They never follow a plan. They make plans, they never follow them. Not in exercise, not in anything. So if they could just follow a plan, that would literally be a huge win. Like I like to say, money is not made, decisions are made, and money follows. So if you have a plan, and you decide to follow that plan, I don't mean choose to follow that plan. Choose means this or that. Choose means I can go here, I can go there, I can go here, I can choose this, I can choose that. It means A or B. Decide means only one thing. One thing. It means to cut off the other thing, to decide. So when you decide, I'm going to follow this plan regardless, even if it fails the next few trades, trust me, money will follow. The main reason people aren't making money is because they're not following their plan. They make up all sorts of excuses, but literally, they just need to follow the plan. So I'm just going to go down on the screen here, and I have another quote. Do what you don't want to do like you want to do it. So this is the key to success in most anything. If you want success in exercise, if you want success in health, if you want success with eating, with whatever, do what you don't want to do like you want to do it. So if if you're in a trade and you don't want to follow your plan, follow your plan. If you don't want to go to the gym, that's when you go to the gym. If you just do stuff when you want to do it, you're not going to get results. The people that get results with exercise and health stuff, they do it when they don't feel like it. And they don't just do it, they do it like they want to do it at that time. This is a quote from Mike Tyson. He used to do like 2,500 sit ups in a day in a gym session. And people say, how do you do 2,500 sit ups? I don't even want to do 20. And he says, I do what I don't want to do like I want to do it. So he just shows up and does the work, shows up and does the work, shows up and does the work. And this is one of the keys that I found to get results in anything. You make a plan, and then you know when I get put in that situation, I'm not going to want to do this. So I do it even though I don't want to do it, and I do it like someone who wants to do it. So I have something written down here that I'm just going to add. I wasn't going to go into this today, but I feel like it's a pretty good, we've had a pretty good lead in. So I'm just going to read something that I have written and then I'll talk about it. So I'm going to talk about something that you guys have probably never heard before or probably never even considered. I know you've heard of technical analysis and fundamental analysis, but have you ever heard of psychological scenario analysis? Probably not, right? So psychological scenario analysis is what you think you're going to think when a certain scenario presents itself. So I'll say that again. Psychological scenario analysis is analyzing what you think you're going to think when certain scenarios present themselves. Right? So let's play out a scenario. For most people, if you're in a buy and you think the market will go up from here, you'll stay in the buy regardless, right? No matter what your strategy is. If you're in a buy and you think it's going to go up, you're going to stay in the trade. And now if you're in that buy, but you think it's going to go down, you'll close the trade. regardless of the strategy. If you're in a buy and you think it's going to go down, you're going to close the trade. In both scenarios, you can see that this part of trading is 100% psychological. No matter what strategy the person has, if they're in a buy and they think it's going to go up, they're going to keep it open. And if they're in a buy and they think it's going to go down, they're going to close it out. So again, there was a trade we entered on Friday. It was a sell. My plan was to exit the sell when price hit 1 to 10. The price came down, it hit 1 to 10, I exited. I made money. There was other people that probably thought it was going to keep going down. They didn't exit at 1 to 10. Price came up and took them out at break even or hit their stop loss, right? So I was in the same trade as other people and I made a lot of money and they probably got out at break even. We both had the same opportunity, but since we thought about it different, I thought I should follow my plan and get out here. They thought it's going to keep on going. One of us made money and the other one didn't. So that's why I say in trading, you have to make it a game and write this down. Like, write this down on a piece of paper. If this, blank, then that. So this is how I always make my plan. If this, then that. If price does this, then I'll do that. If price does this, then I'll do that. If price does this, then I'll do that. I have it all written down because I know when I get into that situation and my emotions are firing, I'm going to want to do some random shit and it's probably not going to work out in my best interest. So if you write down, if price does this, then I'll do this, then when price does that, you can get out. I had written down, if price hits 1 to 10, I'm fucking out of there. Price hit 1 to 10, I was out of there. Market turned around, went right back to the entry, and some people probably had no money. And they would have been in a big 1 to 10 trade, but they exited with no money. So the key to all this is if you think you're going to properly decide what to do in each scenario when the time comes, I got some news for you. You're probably going to drop the ball and make bad decisions. It's just a fact. Humans make bad decisions. They do. They just do. They know what to eat, but they don't eat that. They know they need to exercise, but they don't do that. They know they should meditate, but they don't do that. They know they need to drink more water each day, but they don't do that. On and on. I could literally give 100 scenarios, right? So if you think I'm gonna just let price do something and I'm gonna make a decision when it's doing that, it's going to be hard for you because a lot of times you don't realize, but your heartbeat's accelerated when you're running a profit, especially your heartbeat's accelerated. Your body is putting itself into fight or flight mode without you even realizing it, and a different part of your brain is firing. So since a different part of your brain's firing and your body is in fight or flight mode, you're not going to make the best decision. So the key for me is to just accept the fact that in the heat of the moment, when I'm in a trade, I probably won't make the right decision when my emotions are firing. So that's when I have to stick to the plan. It's all great to write a plan down and say, yeah, I'm going to stick to this. But the key is to stick to it when you're in the frickin' trade, right? So I know once my emotions start firing, they're going to get me to do all sorts of weird shit. So I need to just pull out my plan and stick to it when I'm in the trade. Following the plan in the trade and ignoring the brain and ignoring its emotions is the most important because the brain is always trying to avoid stuff and it's trying to keep you safe. And sometimes you'll be in a trade and the trade will be at 1 to 2 and your brain's like, get out, secure the profit, get out, secure the profit. But freaking the next level to target is way far away. You can get way more profits out of this. But your brain is like, I've never seen this amount of money. Get out, get out, get out. So I just tried to shut my brain, shut my emotions off, and stick to the plan. I have a quote here, and it's actually from the Bible, and this will help a lot of you guys kind of understand the whole thing. So it says, this is from the Bible, right? So it says, the Lord said, write your vision and make it plain so that those who read it may take it and run with it. So this is what God said in the Bible. I don't know if you believe in this stuff. It doesn't even matter, right? But this is in the Bible. So it says, write the vision. So write out your strategy, write out your entry and exit plan, write out everything. Write the vision and make it plain. Make it so obvious and make it so clear that anyone can understand it. And so that those that read it may take it and run with it, right? So this is what we got to do. We got to write the vision, write the strategy, write down your entry, your exit, write down all the scenarios. This is why I was saying psychological scenario analysis. Write down on a piece of paper, these are the different scenarios I can run into when I'm in a trade. This is how I think I'm going to feel in those scenarios, and this is what I need to do in those scenarios regardless of how I'm feeling. So this will really help you guys. If you can get on track to following your plan when your emotions are firing, you're going to kill it in the trading. You're just going to kill it. The the fact of the matter is, a lot of times when we're trading, we're either trading our account balance or we're trading our emotions. We're no longer trading NASDAQ. We're no longer trading the candlesticks. We're no longer trading market structure. You're in a trade and it's approaching your stop loss, you're trading your emotions. You're in a trade and it's in profit, you start trading your emotions. And so the main thing is to just get out of that cycle. That's an amateur cycle. An amateur is always going to make impulsive emotional decisions, and a professional is going to follow the plan no matter what. Like, you look at all the professional companies, they have a professional business plan and they follow that plan. That's all they do. Like McDonald's has 1 million stores all over the world. I don't know how many, maybe 10,000, 50,000. They got a lot of stores. But they have that many stores because they have the same plan that they implement at every store. We're going to make a burger. It's going to look like this. It's going to have this on it. It's going to have that on it. We're going to serve it this way. We're going to charge people this way. We're going to set up the tills this way. Da 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 da. They have their system and they implement that system to a T every time. And they've been able to scale that to be one of the biggest companies in the world. And so if you guys can do the same thing, if you can make a plan and make a professional plan, you can scale your trading to new heights, to levels that are so beyond where you are right now. But if you trade your emotions and you trade your account balance, you're not going to be able to scale. You're not even going to be able to build your account because you're just going to be doing impulsive random shit. And the thing is with trading, if you do something random, even if it works out, it doesn't really matter because you can't replicate it because it was random. Sometimes you don't even know why it happens. Like, you've probably been in trades that you just entered randomly and yeah, they won, but you can't replicate that again. I only want something that I can replicate over and over, and something that I can write down on paper and turn into a real business. I'm just gonna see something else here. So I have a message. Jared made a really awesome post the other day in the group, and so I was just back and forth messaging him about it, and I'm just gonna read you part of my message. So this was in the beginning of my trading, something that really helped. So um, when I started trading, so I'll just read you the post here. When I started trading, I was always trying to figure out trading. For years, this went on, so much that I didn't even realize, but I was identifying as someone who tries to figure out trading. I was not identifying as a trader, and definitely not identifying as a profitable trader. This held me back and locked into the frequency and locked into being and remaining the person who was trying to figure it out. So every day when I came to the market, I came trying to figure it out. But the moment I realized I needed to come up with a professional plan and stick to that plan like a professional, I shifted my mind into being a pro. I began showing up to the market like a pro and following my plan like a pro would, regardless of what happened that day. I was not trading based on my thoughts. I was not trading based on my emotions and not playing the beginner role of someone who is trying to figure it out. I literally stepped into being a pro. So this is the key, right? Is to really make that business plan and say, this is what I'm going to do. It's perfect that it's the weekend right now. Make a plan, make a vision, make it clear. Make it clear so anyone that sees it can understand it and they could implement it. Now before Monday morning, make sure you're ready and make sure you say, I'm going to follow this plan for the next week. It's good Rick's in the conversation here, because Rick is one of the best traders in the group, and if he sticks to his plan, this guy is going to kill it. This guy is literally going to kill it. So make the plan, and for some of you it's hard to make a plan, so it's better to write down scenarios. So say, if this, then that. If a 1 hour fair value gap happens, then I'm going to do this. If this happens on the 1 minute, I'm going to do this. If my trade hits 1 to 10, then I'm going to do this. If my trade hits 1 to 5, then I'm going to do this. Maybe that's closeout partials. If this, then that. if this, then that. If this, then that. Literally, if you just make this your mantra or make this your business plan, you're gonna start killing it. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. I covered a few things, and there's not really much more I want to talk about today. But it was basically the things you're gonna run into are gonna fire emotions. So just make sure you're ready for those emotions to pop up, and you have a professional plan to implement at that time. So does anyone have any questions about anything?
I got a question.
Yep.
Wait, let me form it in my head before.
What time is lunch?
Yeah. While he's thinking, I could speak.
Yeah.
So, thanks for that information, Dr. Scotty, because you're so on point. You're so on point. I shared with the group that I had a trading plan and I was sticking to that trading plan perfectly, and it was going great until I decided to add a little bit more trades. And so I went against my trading plan and it just messed up everything. Well, I messed up everything. Let me take responsibility for that.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
know, and so then I started doing some revenge trading and I just got all off of my plan and all. So what do
mhm,
you say? What do you say when something like that happens?
mhm. The
You
way
know,
I am, I'm always from the mind, if you just accept everything as it is, like if you lost a bunch of accounts, you totally messed up, you did a bunch of bad shit, you always have a chance to be born again, right? So you can just say, right now, I'm starting fresh. Accept those losses, accept those bad decisions. Today is a new day. I'm a new person. I'm starting again with the wisdom and understanding I have from the decisions I made in the past. And I can see that if I just didn't make those bad decisions, I'd already be further than I was. And you really got this, right? So like and that's for all of us. We all have this if we just get out of our own way.
thanks. That's right. Thank you.
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah,
can you
let me
trade
let
on
me let me just add here
chat?
quickly. Patience, you need to turn up your mic, brother, because it sounds like you're in another planet, brother.
Yeah, turn it up, bro. Turn
I
up.
am. I am.
But I just wanted to say this as well
He's in my
because
basement.
I think the biggest issue that a lot of people have is that they chase money, not purpose,
Yep.
right? And when you make money your god, it will plague you like the devil, you know.
Mhm.
So the thing is, if you want to make money, when you formulate a plan, right, you need to have realistic targets and goals in mind. Because if you're not targeting correctly, if you don't have a plan and procedure in place, you can't operate. You can't do the things that you need to do in order for you to find success. You'll find yourself spending more hours in front of your PC than you need to. And instead of, for example, taking a loss, walking away for 20, 30 minutes, and then coming back with a reset mind, you decide to enter into the markets again and again and again. And all that does is just basically cause further detriment, not only to the bag that you're holding or the accounts that you're handling, but mentally, psychologically, you're affecting yourself in the long term, you know? So by changing like small aspects like that, I think that's the bigger difference,
Mhm.
to a lot of
Mhm.
journeys.
Yeah,
I
and the
mean,
thing
yeah,
the thing with it
sorry,
is
bro.
if you have to like journal this, man, like screenshots
Yeah,
and the thought process and everything, man.
yeah, of
This is
course.
very important. I
Yeah,
I just
I think that.
realized. I just realized.
Yeah. Now you have to, if you don't journal, if you don't record your process, right? You're gonna constantly make the same mistakes. And I can tell you, like when I started off, I mean, I've been trading for years, right? But I recently, I mean, it's been just over a year and some change that I've been consistently profitable. But the thing is, prior to that, I had a thing of when I would meet my daily profit target, right? I'd want to continue trading so that I'm making up for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
That's just me speaking. That's just simply speaking on a lack of discipline, right? And that's a problem that a lot of us have. And I think the strategy is perfect, right? We all know that. We've all tried and tested the strategy. It's a matter of knowing when to exit and where to enter that a lot of people have difficulty with the markets, you know? And I think, you know, all of these talks are necessary because it will help you formulate patience. Like if something doesn't sit right with you, and a lot of the times you'll find that you're like internally, your, what do they say? Like instinct, right, will tell you that this is not a good trade to enter, but you'll do it anyway because of FOMO, you know, because you're fearing the fact that you might miss out. But then what you don't understand is that the market will provide you with opportunities at any point of the day. There's literally 5 sessions in a day, you understand? And here you are in one session, you fuck up your whole account balance, not realizing that there's PM session, there's Sydney session, there's Tokyo session, there's London, New York. You understand? There's so many different sessions for you to make money. And it's like, you know, some of these teenagers that promote like different discords and stuff like that, they want to trade the entire day. And there's no there's no necessity to do that, you know? And yeah, I think fixing those small issues is what will be the bigger difference for you.
And it's good you're saying because like Smash is doing some work with a factory that makes doors. So they have a plan and they have a process and they have to stick to that plan. Imagine they just randomly decide to make soccer balls today for no reason.
You fuck up the whole business plan,
Fuck
bro.
up the whole business, right? We got rent to pay, people to pay.
It's
100%.
football.
Marcel door-shaped balls. What were you saying, patience, bro? I swear to God, brother. You know, people used to talk about my mic, bro. Damn, your mic sounds like it's stuck somewhere, bro. Talk to us, brother. Sorry, man. I keep on cutting you. You're on a
Patience.
private jet.
yeah, on a PJ. I'm on a PJ in my PJs.
These PJs, yeah.
He's in the closet. We're coming out, brother.
Patience, where you at, fam?
Yeah.
Come, bro.
I'm flying.
And you're
Yeah.
flying like. Nah, but what did you want to say, bro?
I think my question was about holding trades to the actual TP, because I think for lots of us, when we see like $700 in profit, that's a huge money, and we want to close the trade early.
Yeah.
What's the main thing to hold it to the actual TP?
I think the biggest thing, right? And you know what? A lot of people are against it for some reason. Because they want to see all of their trades that they open with a specific contract size or lot size, they want to see it play through. And this, unfortunately, is the detriment of a lot of people, right? Because you'll find that maybe your bias is actually incorrect, but the market will give you a move that's favorable to your bias, and you end up holding to BE. Or, for example, you'll see price approaching your entry, and you shift your stop loss into a loss and you end up taking a loss.
Yeah.
So sometimes securing partials is not a bad thing, right? Because you're securing a portion of your bag, even though your take profit target, if it does hit, right, you might take more on the original lot size. If you are, for example, true to, how can I say, you're true to your position, but you're securing a portion of your bag. Even if it goes break even, you still make money. You see what I'm saying? So it's that's where you need to also de-link yourself from money, the aspect of money, because it's not how much money you make in the markets, it's how consistent you are at making that money. Because bro, you can literally make $500 a day for a year, and you're $120,000 richer. You get what I'm saying? So if you and your job, and this is something that I've always gone through on recorded sessions. If your job doesn't give you $500 a day, right? And you, for example, have met a target of $500 in the markets, Why the fuck you trying to make more?
Take
You
that
understand?
shit.
You don't need to make more. You understand?
Because I
Like,
want
there's
to
no
drive
need.
the McLaren, brother.
Yeah, 100%. But the McLaren will come. It will come with
I know.
consistency, right?
Yeah,
Just
and if you
fucking.
think of it like exercise, it helps. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how much weight you can lift in one day. You need to keep going and lifting weights over and over. Not even a lot of weight, but you need to consistently be lifting weight to get results. If you just try to lift a bunch of weight in one day, you're gonna hurt yourself.
100%, man.
For sure. Bro. Yeah, so it's you
true
see
as
the thing
well.
is, yeah, like I said the other day, I said, you can't eat an elephant whole, right? You have to
Right.
eat an elephant piece by piece, right?
Oh,
And that's how the market works, right? If you don't have any form of consistency at this point in time, your targets need to be relative to what you are comfortable with receiving on a day-to-day basis. If you've never controlled more than $10,000 in actual capital, right? You have $10,000 in your pocket right now. If you've never had that kind of money, you should not be chasing more than that money. You understand? You should be comfortable with having that amount of money for a consistent period, for an extended period, until you reach a point of comfortability. Once you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm okay to risk more. If I risk more here, I've at least got a buffer of, let's say, 20, 30, $40,000 that I've generated over the last 4 months, for example, that I'm willing to now go a bit higher risk on. Once you start doing that, that's when you start to see your $1,000 days turn to $2,500 days. Then from $2,500 to 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 50,000 a day. Then it becomes more realistic. But if you, for example, make, for example, this week $2,500, and next week big balls, your balls is fucking touching the floor. You think you can make this money again next week. You decide, okay, midweek, I've made $1,000. I'm going to increase my target to 5K for the week. But your original plan only stipulated 2,500. You in it for failure already, because I can tell you're going to over leverage.
Yeah.
You're gonna enter trades you shouldn't be entering. I promise you, I've went through the process, so I know. And I'm sure a lot of the guys who are consistent, who are making money on a regular basis, on a daily basis, they'll tell you the same thing. You ask Drew, he'll tell you. He'll tell you the same thing as well. It's about consistency at the end of the day, right? You can't just expect from one day you're driving a fucking Toyota to the next day driving a Ferrari, bro. It doesn't work like that.
And
Those are once in a
consistent.
lifetime opportunities.
Yeah, and consistency is how any
Yeah,
business has grown. So just see it as a business, right?
yeah, exactly. Guys or girls, yeah. Sorry, okay, you're right. But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with a Toyota, bro. I'm just saying, if your aspirations is wanting to have more than that Toyota that you're driving, right? You can't get there tomorrow. I mean, some people have these once in a lifetime opportunities. They call it lottery moments, right? Where your luck is just fucking 1,000% aura. You come into the markets today, you open a $200 entry, you make a 1.5 million.
Yeah,
Crazy
come on,
money,
guys.
easy.
You're not Drew. You're
But
not Drew.
yeah, it don't work like that, bro. Not for everyone, at least. This is why I said that trading is a journey, right? You have your obstacles, and it can never be a straight path. It's exactly like our life is in general. I think trading is a true testament of what mind states everybody is in. You know, if you're, I mean, it speaks on your personality as well, right? If you are an angry person, right, you're gonna have a tendency of over leveraging or um over leveraging or over risking, right?
Yeah,
That's
revenge.
me, man.
Yeah, I think naturally I'm a gambler,
You guys just want to beat
naturally
the
I'm a
shit
gambler.
out of the market.
Yeah, bro, like I just want to fucking full margin everything, bro, and there's no necessity. I mean, I don't need to, you know. But I mean, I have my days where I just, bro, you can give me sometimes, I mean, K knows, bro. Give me 3 futures accounts, I'll blow all 3 today, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that mentality, of wanting to make big money quickly, that's got me at a tad bit of, how can I say? I mean, it's sometimes does affect me negatively, especially when you trade smaller accounts. I'm going to be honest and say, But when I'm in my I'm in the plan that I'm supposed to be following on a daily basis, that ultimately is then the bigger difference, you know?
Yeah,
So it's okay
100%.
to have a plan. That's what I'm trying to say, you know?
I got another question.
Yeah.
How many years did it take you to become profitable, and what was the main switch in your mind that made
Bro,
you
I've been trading, you can call it now 8 years, bro. So it took me 7 years of shit and a year of just fucking, you know,
It's when we
constant.
decide to stop fucking
Yeah,
around, really. Once you
yeah,
decide to
yeah.
stop fucking
True.
around and doing random amateur
Yeah,
shit, then you'll
amateur,
start to
yeah,
make money. Write the
yeah,
plan down and follow that thing no matter what.
yeah, true. Yeah, it's you see the thing is this is what I'm saying. Like for some people the process is long, right? I would never tell somebody new to learn how to trade, bro. This is one of the most difficult things to ever put somebody through mentally. You know what I'm saying? And emotionally, especially time wise, right? This market can take a lot of your time.
Oh
You
yeah.
you miss out on valuable moments like with your family and your friends, and if you have children, your children as well. You know, so I wouldn't recommend trading to anybody, to be honest. But if you are already in it, this is for the people that have been doing it for years. There's no going back for us, unfortunately. You know, we came into this market a long time ago, so
Yeah, no turning back now.
no turning back. It's too late. Too late to turn back, bro.
Guns
So
blazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm
So
addicted as well.
yeah, for me as well, bro. And
Yeah,
I think what
I
I'm
see
more
candles
addicted to
in
now,
my dreams.
yeah, I think what I'm more addicted to now is just the overall skill and wanting to never lose in this market. And I think it is possible. I mean, there's people that never lose, bro. You know, but then again, it's also talking against how life actually works in general. You know, if you're not taking any losses, then what the fuck are you doing? You know, so yeah, man,
And that
crazy.
as well, the strategy is so good that I'm in love with the strategy rather than the money.
Yeah, it's like wanting to build a strategy that becomes, you know,
Yeah,
something that you don't want to give anybody, but you decide to give them it anyway, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and that's it. When you
yeah,
love the strategy and you love following the strategy and following your plan, fall in love with that. Money will follow.
Yeah,
yeah. I have journaled down like 5 or 6 points what needs to happen before I entry, and each time I see the first point coming or the second, it's like dopamine, like
yeah,
nicotine or something. It gets me going.
yeah. Like, I mean, look, even Kay asked a question. Do you think people make trading harder than it really is? I think that is it, to be honest with you, Kay. You know what? Trading is, I think, the most simplest thing ever, right? And I'll tell you why. It's because there's only three trends, right? There's consolidation, there's an uptrend, and there's a downtrend. That's it. That's it. All you need to know is market structure and order flow. You don't need to know what the fuck the daily bias is. You don't need to know who's Arthur and who's Martha. You don't need to know how many fucking hands the institutions need to tip in order for you to know exactly what the market is trying to tell you. You just need to know market structure and order flow. And you need to understand what trend the market is trading in today. And by allowing price action to confirm that for you, right? And looking for or trading in a session that allows volatility to re-enter into the markets of on that particular trend that the market is following at that particular time. That's it. That's all it fucking is, honestly.
Yeah. We make our trading success take so much longer than it needs to.
Yeah, that's it. Like legit, like you know, you'll see. Okay, you'll see an internal trend on the lower time frames, right? And you now, because you were taught the trend is your friend at the very beginning. Think about it, right? A lot of us. Okay, wait. Before I go into that, this is actually the funniest fucking thing ever. Actually, but the very old way of trading was the trend is your friend. That's it. There was no social media, there was no YouTube gurus, there was no Discord, there was nothing when this market was legitimized for the retail traders, right? when it just came out and everybody had access to it, there was no information on how to trade it. But some people made success in it. You know why? Because they followed simple procedures, not complicating things, right? The things that we teach is basically just to show you exhaustions at levels and the opportunity for potential reversal on a particular trend. If you are, for example, bearish on a day, and let's say hypothetically a fair value gap in favor of that bearish scenario that you originally created at the beginning of the day gets invalidated and the structure of the market changes to bullish, respectively, you should step away from the PC, right? And come back in 30 minutes, and then you'll be able to see that the market is trending up. You understand? And then you start looking for buys as opposed to sells, because maybe the higher time frame trend is bullish. You get what I'm saying? So it's understanding internal, external, and all of those things that are important. But it's also understanding that, bro, you don't need, if you go onto your charts right now, if everybody performs this exercise for me now, right? Go and look at how much 100 pips is on gold and go back later, like very early on in this or last week's chart. And you will see that 100 pips is the smallest move on the chart ever.
Mhm.
But
Happens
because
over and over.
you're chasing 3,000 pips in your mind, you want to make $40,000 in one trade, right? That 100 pips is going to become 3,000 pips for you in the opposites. You understand? Because you're going to end up losing that money before you can take that 100 pip profit. You know? So I swear to God, it's so simple. But even me, I make the mistake on a daily basis sometimes to force a trade that's not there. You know, you don't need to force anything. Actually,
My wife
it's
always
just
says, "Stop stepping on your own dick."
yeah, 100%, bro. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Crazy. Damn.
Totally butter.
Motherfucker.
Sounds like South African thing.
uh, where is Jared?
Yeah, man.
My goodness, this strat. That money. Bro, the way Naz has been moving today, though.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Woo!
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing, guys, I mean, the most important thing for everybody, stop overcomplicating it, number one. Formulate a plan, exactly, because that's what we fucking all have a tendency of doing. Fucking shitting on ourselves before the market can show us any signs
Yep.
of opportunity. Right?
I
Exactly.
failed.
Yeah. Formulate a fucking plan. Have a plan and a process. If you don't have a plan and a process, you're not working then. You the markets is not your business then. You're just like everybody else. You're just like all these retail traders that just wanna, like the slot machines, bro. You wanna tap bet and then lose your money immediately. Exactly what what the Ken is saying. Exactly what he said.
Killing the shit out of shit, bro. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, man.
Smash, that's a lighter. What you smoking?
Hey,
Alright,
bro,
guys.
I got
I'm heading
some.
out, so I'm heading out. I need to work tomorrow, so I'm not at the moment a full-time trader, so I need to work.
Peace out, brosif.
And the strategy is so bad, so I need to go now.
Fuck you, bro.
I didn't make 1 mil in 1 week.
Yeah. That's okay. You'll figure it out. You'll get
Yeah.
this trading thing, bro. Don't worry.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Alright, guys.
Peace,
See ya.
bro.
See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace,
Yo, bro.
Cheers, bro.
You.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Anybody have questions? Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks for
fucking
jumping in here today, Smash. Thank you. I think we'll do this on Sundays now, everyone. When we do the Psychology Sundays, we'll do it just like this in the general.
Yeah, no, 100%. Bro. But even this week, I mean, we can talk strat tomorrow. Usually Mondays we want to wait for the market to give us some sort of bias, before we look for entries. So it's better to rather wait like Asia, London, and then come back in New York, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
totally.
you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to force any trades tomorrow. You know, Mondays usually are shit. But rather wait for the market to set up the weekly buys, man. And yeah, take it easy, guys. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Sending you all of the love.
Joe, man.
So,
You
Have a great evening, bro. Look after yourself, Scotty.